What is going on, guys? I have not been on here in quite a while, and I apologize for that. Been pretty busy, had to work some night shifts and whatnot, and made it to where I could not get online and create a video for you guys. So, I'm gonna hop in a sim racing systems live race on Assetto Corsa. So this is kind of new for the channel. I typically do iRacing, but iRacing has been getting quite aggravating. There's so many shit drivers, excuse the language, there's so many shit drivers on iRacing that it's become aggravating. So I started playing around on Assetto Corsa. And I discovered that I really like it. A lot of people on iRacing, make fun of Assetto Corsa, R Factor, all that kind of stuff. But I have to disagree with them on that, mainly because iRacing is full of just really crappy drivers, and I am not seeing that in Assetto Corsa. So I'm going to show you a little bit about Assetto Corsa and why it's actually kind of cool. So the actual real Assetto Corsa, which I have right here, I don't use. Pretty much Assetto Corsa has been out for like 10, 11 years now. And the old version of it has a lot of cars and a lot of tracks. However, game modders have gotten involved in Assetto Corsa and basically created a ton of content, cars, tracks, all that kind of stuff that were not originally provided with the original Assetto Corsa. So what you use is this thing called Content Manager, and Content Manager basically is a new updated version of the screen that allows you to join Assetto Corsa, but it allows you to upload all these modded tracks that people have created, cars that people have created, and also do other things. So the thing I'm doing today is I'm going to go to the live system here, and there's two things I do on here now. It's called Sim Racing Systems and World Sim Racing, or World Sim Series. And both of these are very, very similar to the way iRacing does things. I don't know which came first, but with Sim Racing Systems, let me show you. I've already signed up for a race, but you have this schedule of servers that are going to open, and they're open to the public, just like iRacing. And you get in there and you run a race. And it keeps track of your basically a rating of how good you do and how nasty of a driver you are and whatnot, and it keeps it up here at the top. And you get a certain amount of points based on how well you perform in the track on the race, and they minus points for incidents you're involved in. So it's very similar to the safety / iRating system of iRacing, but a little bit different. But the racing on Sim Racing Systems thus far has been really good, and I enjoy that. So give me 1 second. I've got to get my VR going, and then I'm going to transfer over to the VR headset once I can here in a second. All right. Let me I don't know if you guys can see it or not, so what I'm going to try to do here is, if you give me a second, I am going to transition to a game capture for this particular thing. Let me see if I get it. There we go, Assetto Corsa. Let's see if it... There we go. I think I got it now. Hopefully I do, at least. Alright, so this is Assetto Corsa. Hopefully you guys can see it. this particular race is F3 at Imola. I got 2 minutes to practice. Personally, I believe the cars handle better in Assetto Corsa than they do on iRacing. And it's the same exact thing as, sorry, I'm messing with my mic here. Same thing as iRacing here with sim racing systems. You're online, you're playing against other drivers. My tire, wow, just rammed me right from behind. That's not, other than your typical lap 1, turn 1 mess, that's not very common in Assetto Corsa, at least my experience. The drivers have been typically better than iRacing drivers. The one thing you will find with sim racing systems is, and with Assetto Corsa in general, is it's mostly European, Asian people who use Assetto Corsa heavily, where iRacing, I think, is more of a North American run system. So most of the drivers are not from North America, whether it be Canada or South America. They're typically from Europe or Asia or New Zealand, Australia. But the scene over there is much larger for sim racing than it is in America. Oh, jeez. This is what happens when I try to talk. It's a little bit more difficult to handle the cars in Assetto Corsa. Hopefully I don't get kicked from the server. But we're just waiting for the practice to end. It's got 15 seconds, then we got a 10-minute qualifying. That's open qualifying. You just try to run your fast lap while you can. But like I was saying, Assetto Corsa, I'm tending to lean towards liking it more than iRacing, and mainly because the amount of content, the amount of people who are on it, and the quality is a lot better than iRacing as far as drivers. The quality as far as the video, as you can see, the cars look good in VR. There's a lot of detail. You can look behind you. I don't necessarily like the heads-up display in Assetto Corsa as much as I do what the black boxes, I guess you'd say, in iRacing. But I really enjoy the way the cars feel, the way they handle. They drive very nicely, in my opinion. I think they are a little bit more realistic, where iRacing, you tend to, as soon as your car starts to lose grip, it's basically going around. There's no saving it, and if you try to save it, it whips the other way and puts you in the wall or whatnot. And when you run off the track, it just slides forever, like it's sliding like a sled on ice. And I don't think any of that's very realistic. I have run dirt cars, and I just don't see that being realistic. And when I've run on asphalt tracks, it doesn't feel that, like, you have the ability to save your car a lot of times, and you can't do that in iRacing. It's weird to me. Where Assetto Corsa, their force feedback is pretty strong, and the way it feels in the wheel and the pedals, and you can tell when you're about to lose it, and you're able to save the car a lot easier, I think, in Assetto Corsa, but it's more accurate to real life in my personal opinion. And when you do slide off the track, it's not like with iRacing where you just slide like a damn sled on ice. It actually is more realistic, in my opinion. You slide, your speed is, the friction of running into the grass or into the gravel pits slows you down. The bumps slow you down, where on iRacing you just keep sliding and keep sliding and keep sliding until you hit a wall. Now, the one thing I will say I don't believe is very accurate with Assetto Corsa, but it is something that apparently the developers of Assetto Corsa did intentionally. Is the damage model. You don't really see the damage like you do on iRacing, and it doesn't really affect you quite as bad as it does in iRacing. But they said that they did that because they felt that it would affect the gameplay, people's enjoyment of the game, if they were just tapping the wall and their cars being taken out of a race. So I have to be careful. The first lap in these cars with old tires, you have to be pretty careful, especially when I'm talking. But as you can see, these drivers, they're not slamming into each other every turn like you get in iRacing often. If anything, I'm being the bad driver right now because I'm talking, and I have a hard time talking and paying attention to what I'm trying to do. Shit. My fault. Completely my fault. But that gives me some space where I can actually start paying attention to running a fast lap. So I might not talk for a minute while I try, once I get towards the start-finish here, because I want to try to run a fast lap. I will say that the sound of the cars in Assetto Corsa is, I don't believe, as good as iRacing, and the skid sounds are kind of cheesy. And if you look in the mirrors are stationary. They show you one particular view, you can't see your wing, nothing, so they're not realistic like in iRacing where you move your head in VR and your view and your mirrors move around. But this game kind of came out before VR was a thing. Okay, I'm going to try to do a fast lap, so I'm going to be quiet, guys. Shoot. God darn it. I can't see what's coming. See, it's the one bad thing about these mirrors. You can't see what's coming to you. You can't adjust your head and see behind you better. Alright, so I can talk again because I screwed up that lap. I don't really care if I start in the back though. Not gonna bother me. It'll keep me from getting run over in that typical first lap, first turn melee. Once I get to the start finish, I'm gonna be quiet again. I'm gonna try to do a
a good lap. I haven't run these all day, so I have 0 practice for today, so we'll see how it goes. I'll talk, guys. I'm just trying to run a fast lap. A little bit. Let's go to the pits. All right. So, some really fast guys in this particular race. They're about 5 seconds faster than me. I think I qualified at like 16th. Yeah, 16th. Out of 23 technically, because if you look here, you'll see SRS TV. So Sim Racing Systems always has a bot in their races that is broadcasting to YouTube. So all the races are technically broadcasted, but there's no talking. It just shows the race and it goes between the random drivers. So we're just waiting. Let me see if my stuff is working.
Just waiting.
Yep, it is working. Okay, that's what I want to make sure. Alright, so it's in qualifying overtime basically. We're waiting for the last drivers to make their way around the track, and then it will reset the server into the race mode and we will start on the grid. Hopefully, with a little luck, I can make it through turn 1 without getting absolutely destroyed by the people behind me, because in Assetto Corsa, your first lap, your tires are very cold, and it really, you can tell a lot more than iRacing. So I take it easy going into the first turn. Basically take it easy the first lap, and sometimes these drivers don't necessarily have the patience for that. They'll run right over you in that turn 1, but that's pretty much a problem everywhere. iRacing, all of them. People just with zero patience and want to win it lap 1. All right, so we're about to reset the server and go into the race mode, which it's doing now. We are starting 16th out of 23 cars. So here's the grid. With Assetto Corsa, you could basically pick your heads-up display things with different apps that people have developed. So you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like inside Assetto Corsa. Now, there's a lot of lighting effects and cool things with Assetto Corsa that I actually have turned off at the moment because the glare sometimes gets pretty bad in VR, where you can't even see the track from the sun. So a lot of modders have done shading mods and weather mods and all kinds of cool stuff like that that make it really neat looking. Alright, let's hope we don't get run over. So I'm going to go straight over to the left. Get out of the way. Typically there's a lot of crashes on the grid where people didn't start. Oh, it really just runs right over me. But hopefully I can race. See, once you get past turn 1, you're fine. It's just that those morons at the beginning of the race who want to run everybody over because they think they could get from 20th position to first. The damage model is a lot lighter than what it is with iRacing. I can still run. Like I said, I take it easy the first lap because my tires are cold. Starting to catch up to these guys. I typically will start getting quite a bit faster after a few laps. Ah, dang it. Completely my fault. I'm not good at talking and racing. Assetto Corsa, you're expected to show the typical courtesies you'd find in like F1, where if somebody's got the got the preferred line and you're not in a good position to overtake them, you're basically expected to give it to them and try to fight it out in the next turn. So it's not like iRacing where everybody wants to just throw you off the track to get their position. It's a lot more courtesy in Assetto Corsa, because pretty much everybody's used to F1 and road racing, which has a lot more rules against contact. Shit! God dang it. Hit that fucking slick. Sorry about the language, guys. I'm just pissed. So I got a penalty. I got to go into the pits. Basically stop for a minute. Alright, I think I served enough time. Well, I done screwed this race up. It didn't help that I just got absolutely trashed going into before I even got to turn 1. I don't even know why he hit me from behind like that. We weren't even in an area, I wasn't even braking, and he just ran right over me. Nobody's coming up behind me. So now at least we can get some time on the track. Sorry about the piss poor performance today, guys. That's what I get for trying to broadcast in a road race, because I'm not good at talking while doing road racing. Alright. See how we can do now. I believe that was the turn that took Ayrton Senna away from racing. Well, I'm officially basically in last place. We got a leader coming up in about 8 seconds. Give him up the preferred line, so they're strict about the blue flags here. I should have dropped down to third. Piss poor performance on my part, guys. I apologize for that. It's not usually bad. You can typically finish somewhere around 10th, 12th against these guys, but there are a lot of really good racers, and I'm really new to Assetto Corsa, and it definitely drives much different than iRacing, but I do prefer it now. still ways behind me. I'm up to speed now, so he's gonna have a harder time catching up to me. Even though I'm driving like absolute crap. So there's a more modern version of the Dallara F3, and I'm honestly surprised they don't use it for sim racing systems. But it's got the Halo and DRS. And yes, I know what DRS is now, finally, now that I've been doing road racing. But these are the older Dallara F3s that do not have the Halo. But the other version of the car that I've run from a league did, and I enjoyed it. Alright, leader's starting to catch up to me. Should be getting a blue flag here soon. You're not allowed to chat, so there's no voice chat. You're not allowed to do any of that stuff. Now, of course, there are people that do it on Discord. As soon as he catches up, I'll give him the lane. Alright, Felipe is coming. As soon as he catches up, I'll give him the preferred line. All these people disconnected from crashing. I'm actually up to 17th now. Still in last place technically, but shit. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time today. Terrible performance today, terrible. I apologize for that, guys. I normally do halfway decent, but I'm also not trying to talk. So if any of you guys are getting a little fed up with iRacing, and the drivers on there, or you're just looking for something different to get away for a little bit, try Assetto Corsa. It's super cheap. I think if you buy the Ultimate Pack on Steam, it's like $40. And then you just get your content manager crap. And from there, there's a website called Race Department, which you pay like a monthly or annual fee to. It's really cheap, and you get unlimited downloads of mods, and there's thousands on thousands of cars and tracks and apps and just tons of stuff that people have created. And if you're like a graphic designer and savvy with that kind of stuff, there are track creator programs where you can actually take a Google Earth image, you tell it where you want it to take that image, it'll do the elevation, it'll create basically the ground pattern and the elevations of what that place actually looks like, and then you go in and use the software to lay track and walls and all that kind of stuff. And you can create your own tracks. Like if you have a local track that you want to create and run, you can actually make it. And people have done like NASCAR mods and created like Bowman Gray. Basically all the NASCAR tracks, the big ones, but a lot of stuff that you never see on iRacing, specifically like Bowman Gray. There's Altamont in Florida. There's a bunch of little oval tracks. Now what I'm trying to do is there's a guy who's asking what he should build next, and I'm trying to get him to build either a late model or one thing I hear asked for constantly on iRacing is the I'm trying to let these guys pass me. What I'm trying to get them to do is the outlaw late models. I've seen people ask for those things a lot in the iRacing groups. But yeah, they have Daytona, they have Talladega, Dover, I mean, Charlotte, all the typical NASCAR tracks are built by modders on Assetto Corsa, and they look great. Why am I getting a blue flag? Oh, he's 2 seconds behind me. Let me concentrate here for just a second, guys, and I'll talk. Once I get done with this race, I'll hop in and show you Dover. And I'll do it in the Indy Car, because one of the modders created the Dallara IR18 Indy Car, and it looks and handles great. And then I'll show you what the NASCARs look like. Time for 2 more laps here and then we'll be done. Performance wicked bad, and I apologize for that, guys. It started out really bad. I've got damage. You don't really see the damage, but you do feel it. And that's where my race has just been bad from the start, because my suspension's been off, and I've just been driving like absolute shit as I'm talking, so. I think these guys are fighting for position, and that's why they're driving so bad. Stay out of their, yeah, they are. Stay out of their fight. To my car on his back. God dang it. It's just been a horrible day on the track. I normally don't perform this bad. I mean, this is horrible. Races for oval before, where I get on the mic to say something and run into the wall or whatever. Just not good at doing that. And add the complexity of road racing. Now my brakes are messed up. Should be. Another cool thing on Assetto Corsa you'll find is that it's hard to tell right now, but and I don't even know if this car has it, but a lot of the cars you can see with the open wheels, you can see your tires looking like crap when they start getting worn out. See like the melted rubber. What is this idiot doing? Alright, that's the end of the race. Alright, so that did not go very well, but It is what it is.
So let me switch us back to the PC display here. If you give me just a second, display capture, transition. Okay. So I did horrible.
Let me get my VR off.
Absolutely horrible. But it happens. Yeah, whatever. Terrible drive today. Let me, I gotta pee real quick. Hold on. Okay, coming back. All right. So as I promised, I will go and show you guys. Hold on, let's see how bad my freaking rating went. That hasn't updated yet. That race was piss poor, so my rating is going to be horrible. But I got 60 points rating after 2 races. But my performance on that was absolutely horrendous, so I expect it to be bad. All right, so let me show you the Indy Car. I'm trying to remember what it's called. These are all the cars that I have and I've downloaded. All right, so here's my Indy Car. Let's just randomly pick that one. Looks good. Fine. Here, no, we'll use that one. Romain Grosjean. And I'm gonna put it. The only old track I have that would be worth looking at right now. We got Bristol. Do we want to run Bristol and Indy? What's Castrol? Oh, that's it. Do we want to look at Dover? So there's Dover. Let's do Bristol. I have not messed around with Bristol very much, and it's got the dirt configuration. There are people building dirt cars for Assetto Corsa. All right, so let me get my VR back.
All right. Let me get us loaded up here. Once my VR, so I have to sit kind of still for my VR, otherwise it lines up incorrectly in the car, which it has done, sort of. All right. Let me get us switched over to the display screen here for you guys. Game capture, got it, transfer. All right. So now I apologize. Right now I should be sitting a little bit higher, but because I was messing around with my VR, it's off a little bit, and I have not figured out how to recenter that yet. So here's Bristol on Assetto Corsa. As you can tell, I think it looks amazing compared to iRacing. You feel the track a lot more in Assetto Corsa than you do iRacing. And like the banking of the turns just looks so much better on Assetto Corsa. But this is a track that somebody made, a modder. They just went in, they're a 3D modeler, and they created this track. They used the elevation and whatever crap you could get on elevation maps. So it's actually accurate. But I'm having to kind of sit weird to even see what I'm doing for you guys. Bristol for you. It's Bristol, baby. So let's see if it's got camera files. Some of these hold on, let me show you the Indy Car. So here's the Indy Car. Looks good. They did not steal logos, like legit logos. So it says like Firebridge as your tire. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Firebridge is the only thing I can see. That's obvious. But let's see if I can get a replay. I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. It's got camera views. So here's your track at Bristol in Assetto Corsa. As you can tell, look at the concrete. It's actually got good texture to it. We're gonna start. What's the hold up here? Oh. So that's the Indy Car. They call it the Formula NA, I'm assuming for North America. Car sounds great. This particular car is designed by a company called BRC, and they make fantastic mods. Car feels great, looks good. Let's see if there's any other camera views. Yeah, there's a bunch of camera views to use. So you guys get the point. Looks fantastic. So let's go grab. I'm gonna leave the screen black real quick while I grab a NASCAR, so you guys can see what the NASCARs look like. So let's go with the only NASCARs I have are Xfinity cars. So let's go with a Camaro. Let's find one that looks kind of cool. Oh, here you go. We got Elliott Sadler's car. Let's run with Sadler's car. There's a whole bunch of different skins to use, but we're gonna run with Sadler. All right. So hopefully you guys can see it when the game starts up. I'm gonna make sure before we get moving. All right. Now I actually have not run this car on Bristol. I have not really run the NASCAR stuff very much at all. So let me show you guys. Let's make sure it's in the game mode, the game display capture game. All right. So we're in Elliott Sadler's car on Assetto Corsa at Bristol. Driven this car here, so I have no idea how to how it handles. Woo. So you get the idea. Here's a look around the car. Again, this is a car that some random modder decided to make. Let's go to the replay. should be getting out on the track any minute. Show you what it looks like on Bristol. I'm actually surprised it has the Sunoco, Zaxby's, and Arby's logos and all that. Well, no, I guess I'm not for the track. The car, they definitely did not do that for. All right, so here we go. Now, don't mind my driving. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't driven this car. They handle here on Assetto Corsa than they do on iRacing. So while we're at it, and I'm showing you this stuff, let me exit out of here real quick. Let me get back to where you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and go to what is called race department and show you all the crap that's on there. So race department, you go to Assetto Corsa. It's got 17,000 downloads for Assetto Corsa. So let's go to tracks and let's look up Talladega. Let's see if somebody's got it on here. Oh, it's not on here. That's shocking. It's probably found somewhere else. So let's see what Daytona. Okay, so that's the road course. All right, so they only have the Daytona road course. I don't know. Okay, hold on. So I'll show you this on Facebook. I'm a part of a group that is NASCAR mods for Assetto Corsa. So let's find that. And a lot of time here, you'll find the tracks and stuff. So let me see if I can find out where they have it. So that's the guy who made Bowman Gray, and it's interesting. I'll just say that. So they're making all these old mods. They have a 90. There's leagues like a Cup 90. They run the old 1990s Cup cars. We get Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What is this one? Atlanta. So somebody has created Atlanta. And pretty much all these people give it away for free. Oh, whoa. What is this? What is this? Oh, never mind. That's NASCAR 2003. So you get look at here's one. Look at this. The old 90s Oldsmobile. They've created all these things. Here's your Cup cars. I'm trying to find a track, but we might just go to Atlanta. They have the Whelen Modifieds for Assetto Corsa. And these are all things that were created by just random people. Sprint cars. And this is why I think I like Assetto Corsa better now. Is the Nashville Super Speedway. Let's go to that. Let's see what that looks like. Is these people love the game so much that they create this content and give it away for free. And you don't get that. I mean, good luck finding anything for free for iRacing. And then on top of that, after you spend your hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, you have to deal with morons just absolutely trashing you on the track. And that's what's so aggravating. So here's what I just downloaded this to my temporary folder, my downloads folder. And here's what you do for content manager. It's this easy. You don't have to know how to code or any of that crap. You grab your file, and you bring it over here to these little three lines, and hit install. And just like that, it's done. So let's go to Nashville Super Speedway. Look at that. Road course and regular. So let's see what Nashville Super Speedway looks like on Assetto Corsa. And like I said, this is literally just random people made this stuff. Game designers, 3D designers. Alright, so here's... Switch over to the game for the game display on my OBS Studio. So game capture 2, there you go. Now you can see it all. Alright, so now we are in the game mode. You can see the game. Assetto Corsa. We're in Elliott Sadler's car. As you can see, it's all 3D modeled. And we are on Nashville Super Speedway, a track people have been asking for on iRacing forever. It's on Assetto Corsa. Alright, so obviously my setup sucks. Like absolute garbage on here, but as you can see, we are at Nashville Super Speedway on Assetto Corsa. So this is what it looks like. Nashville. Pretty cool. Now, let's go to replay mode, see if it's got camera files. It does. So here's Nashville Super Speedway for you. And as you can see, there's the terrain around it. There's even a bird up there. Some modders do more than others. Like they'll actually add blades of grass and all that kind of stuff. In this particular case, he did not do that. He just used the Google Earth image of what the terrain looks like. Alright, any day now. There we go. It's got some sound glitches on this track. Or this car. A little bit of it for the replay mode. And I'm hitting the wall because I don't know what I'm doing. It's just the setup sucks. Alright. So now that you got a good look at that, let's go to pits. Mess around with the setup real quick. So here's your setup stuff. You can change gears, tires, tire pressures, how much fuel, electronic stuff. Tow in is way too much for a camber's all jacked up. Why is the toe so much? So let's start with 0 on the toe, on the back, 1 in the front. Let's give it some negative camber up front real quick. Drivetrain, wheel res. So I'm letting you change some of the stuff in here. So we got your bump, your rebound stiffness. All right, now that I've changed the camber and everything, let's see if it handles any different. Potential to go in there and fix everything, but now you get to see what is available on Assetto Corsa for NASCAR stuff. So, all right, guys.